Hey guys, it's Shane, the horror guy, back with another video. Today we're playing Banebush. Let's get into it. Why not? Where silence reigns, unlike the noisy cities. In the darkness that swallows the light among the dense forest, near the village, a secret hides. Ooh, what kind of secret? People whisper tales about a creature living in the dark forest. This is the story of Banebush, a mighty leashly. Ooh. Few have ever faced him directly. Hey, let me face him. I got him. Yet anyone stepping into the thicket feels his presence in every trembling leaf, in every creak of the trees. Let's see. Whoa. Beasts hides in their burrows. Birds fall silent, and trees bow to the forest master at the sounds of his ancient roots moving. Wait.
Self-voicing enabled.
Oh, no.
Self-voicing disabled.
No. We don't need that. I thought V would move it, but I guess not. Everyone's blood runs cold in his presence. Whoa, okay, that's kind of weird. He was feared more than any creature. Well, yeah, I see why now. That's why he's called Banebush. I'm not really seeing the correlation. Maybe there is one. Sometimes as you wander the forest, you hear cracks and creaks and Whoa, what is that? That's the Banebush right there. I see it. I know what that looks like. These are restless souls roaming along the oaks, seeking peace for their wrongs against the Leashly. Whoa, this is like a whole lore. Wait, no, come back. Oh, good. For centuries, villagers passed down legends of Banebush, about how he drove travelers mad, leaving them lost in the forest, and his terrible deeds. Bro, this guy does not sound good. Anyone who disrespected his realm faced his savage wrath and became food for worms among the ancient trees. Hey, no, I wasn't disrespecting you. Totally wasn't. Ah! Fear, Banebush, child. Okay, we got it. And if you meet him, run. Run without looking back. What did I say? So what? He still roams our forest? Just listen. Hold up. You gotta listen. Oh. Story. During the bloody times of the Patriotic War, our village fell on hard times. Ooh. Rip the village. Bandits began raiding and tormenting the villagers. The strong men who could have resisted the hoglins were taken to the front. Only boys and young lads were left with the girls. No one to defend the village. So those scoundrels ran amok. Wow, that last one was not a good pronunciation. They took the last dishes, stripped our village to the bone. Sorry for your village, bro. Only one brave boy decided to help the village. Me! Banebush? Oh, is this the Banebush lore? He ventured deep into the forest to find Banebush. Our village was part of his domain, so he should protect it if properly asked. Oh, God. If properly asked. He was ready to do anything to drive those cursed outsiders from the village. For better or worse. For better or worse. Oh my gosh! For better or worse, the boy found Alexey. No one knows the outcome of their meeting. Some say Banebush took the boy under his protection, turning him into a wild wolf. In his new form, the brave boy tore apart all the martyrs. I don't really know how to say that one. Others claim Banebush destroyed the poor boy to ensure no one disturbed his solitude. It doesn't matter who thinks what. What matters is that neither the boy nor the martyrs were ever seen again. That's weird. Chapter 1. Depending on how long it takes, we might only get through chapter 1. But if it only takes like 2 minutes, then we can get through that. In my childhood, Grandma told many stories. The ones about forest spirits and local folklore were my favorites. Hold up. I always remember her tales with warmth, except one. I especially love the stories about the evil Alexey, Banebush, who according to legend lived in the nearby woods. Grandpa often jokingly scared me, saying Banebush would come at night and drag me in the forest if I didn't dig in the garden or misbehaved. A frightening yet truly wonderful and carefree childhood in the village. I miss it. Don't ask why I had a big pause there. After Grandma's death, I inherited her house. Okay. Sometimes I feel ashamed that I didn't take care of it. I went once to handle the paperwork, but then never found the time. Yep. I'd like to sell it, but who wants an old ramshack hut in the middle of nowhere? Yeah, you really can't sell it for that much. That's like one of those, yeah, you can't really sell it. Who would have thought? But now this house has become more useful than ever. What? It's no secret that getting involved in criminal schemes can lead to serious trouble. I didn't think it would happen to me this time. I can only hope that Fomain and his thugs won't find me here. To loot a package of bagged drugs weighing a couple of kilograms. Freaking awesome! I went to pick up the goods outside of the city. Everything was calm and smooth. I arrived at the spot, dug up what I needed, and headed back along the same route. But on the way back, a car cut me off. Clearly, this didn't bleed. Before I could understand anything, I saw 3 Oaking men stepping out of the black car with tinted windows. Whoa. Of course, with a gun to your head. Anyone would hand over the package of drugs without argument. My hide's worth more than me. I'm ready to swear this was a setup by Foman. Either way, I'm deep in trouble. I know full well how couriers are treated in these situations. Yeah, I know how that works too. Go to the police? What's the point? What would you tell them? That somebody stole your drugs? Perfect. Now we're both going to jail. What a fairy tale life. I just hope no one knows where I am. I left most of my things in the city. There didn't seem to be a tail. I need to lay low. Whoa, whoa. The journey to the village was quite long. Maybe there will be a chance to get a little more sleep on the way. Dang. This lore intensifies. It felt strange coming back here after so many years, as if I had been avoiding this place all along. During my absence, the village became completely abandoned, and my childhood seemed brighter and there were more people. Now there's almost nobody left here. Maybe a dozen old folks living out here these days, and me running away from my problems. Nah, doesn't look that good. I quickly found the road. In childhood, my neighbor friend and I often raced from Grandma's house to the bus stop. It seems this path is forever and etched in my memory. The house looked old, but stood sturdy despite years of loneliness. The roof struggled slightly, but it looked reliable. The paint had peeled off, revealing the wood darkened by time. I don't really get that. I don't have a house. So. Yeah, this house needs long and expensive repairs. I'm afraid it'll cost more than the house itself. I haven't owned a house yet. Oh, a decision. Let's play safe and let's just enter the house. That's the best option for us here. The door yielded to my efforts with a loud creak. The influx of air stirred in the dust, making it swirl around the entire room. Everything looked as if time stopped from the moment I was last here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. On the shelf, an old TV with a large crack on the screen. As far as I can remember, it didn't work. Father accidentally broke it when we were sorting through things in the house after Grandma's death. Back in the early 2000s, Mom and Dad bought it for the elders, spending part of their savings. I remember us all sitting together in front of it, listening to Grandpa's swearing as he adjusted the antenna cable to get a signal. Now the TV was just a gloomy witness to past joys, silent and covered in the dust. Wow. On the wall, in an order frame, hung a photograph of Grandma Rita. Her face in the photo, taken on a photo, was calm with a faint trace of fatigue. There was nothing special about this photo, except for the quiet sadness of the days gone by. On the stove covered a thick layer of, not bad. Grandpa used it to brew fragrant morning tea for Grandma and me. Made from carefully grown and harvested garden herbs. Mint, lemon, balm, and oregano. I remember during one of those tea times, Grandma was baking something delicious in the oven, while telling me how Dad and Grandpa spent an entire day bringing the stove from a neighboring town. Hey, at least you got it. That was right after Grandma complained to Grandpa that her stone stove had cracked. At that time, gas was just being installed in the village, and the stove became a new wonder of technology for her, as she liked to say. I looked around the room that opened before me, feeling how the house no longer felt as familiar as it once did. This house was no longer the cozy summer retreat where I used to spend my time with great pleasure. Peeling walls, dust everywhere, a greasy bedspread from the Harry Sostra era, and the smell of mold. I managed to pay for electricity and gas in the city. There's enough food for tonight and tomorrow. I can go to the village store. After all, the house had everything needed to lay low for a while. Oh, it's Friday. The time was 8:31 p.m. 2 bars of signal, July 5th. I was gonna try to guess the time, but thank you for giving me it. Ooh, missed calls. Of course, a couple missed calls from my friends. I don't like the air quotes there. Maybe I should turn off the phone, just in case. Though I doubt. No, you should turn it off. The bed which had oh my god. The bed which had miraculously survived all this time creaked. Old springs were felt beneath the thick fabric. What a dump, I thought. In my childhood memories, the house really looked better. It was alive. It's hard to imagine how my grandparents lived their conscious lives here. Conscientious lives here. Oh. Why do I keep doing that, bro? Mom said that when Grandpa died, Grandma took it really hard. Her health quickly deteriorated and she refused to go to the hospital in the city, no matter how much Mom insisted. Less than a year after Grandpa's death, Grandma passed away. I hope they're happy together now. I need to stop thinking about sad things. It's depressing enough already. Maybe I should have some tea. Tea? The flame ignited. Looks like the gas is on. Okay. Damn. It's all such a blur. Thoughts about the bastards I'm hiding from wouldn't leave my mind. How long can I stay holded up in this dump? Like a mouse? Oh. How long can I stay holded in this dump like a mouse? A month? A year? And if they find me, then what? It's clear they won't listen to me. First they'll break my fingers, then toss me off a bridge into the river. So they'll... Okay. Yeah, I got it. Maybe they'll give me a chance to work it off. And then I'd have to slave away for them for free for who knows how long. Probably like a year or something, because they want to take advantage of you. Easy money turned into problems. I don't know how to fix. In the endless attempts to figure out how to cover the loss, I achieved nothing. My savings were around 90 grand earned in my spare time. Of course, that's not enough to pay off or replace the goods, and I don't have the right connections. The package delivery coordinates were given anonymously. The only person I know is a Pasha for me, Fomin, a recruiter in this business, and instantly a 2-meter tall boxer and enforcer. Now I regret abandoning my attempt to succeed in tech repair, but back then it was a struggle to make ends meet. I started to drift off to sleep. One by one, childhood images came to mind. Children's laughter, bright sunlight, happiness, and no responsibility. My biggest fear back then was Grandma scolding me if I didn't come home before dark. If I could only stay in that moment, I'd never have ended up in the situation I'm in now. Unfortunately, time doesn't lie, and life moves on. I dreamt of the football field that was the pride of our village. 30 goals, even with nets, just like real football players. I'm talking about soccer, or, football. As kids, we could play football on that field for all day long. Friendship, laughter, gum, fresh air. Weird to have gum there. And in the evening, Grandma waited at home with warm tea and the most delicious food in the world, made with love. In the dream, a memory appeared, as if it were real. One evening in the midsummer, I decided to take a shortcut through the forest to Grandma's house. The local boys said you could noticeably shorten the route if you weren't straight. If you went straight through it without turning. I was running late for dinner because of an overly long game of football. The forest surrounding our village was very dense and impregnable. Oh my god. Oh my. The forest surrounding our village was very dense and impenetrable. No one. I can't say that. It rustled with the many voices of nature. I tried to drown out the sounds of village bustle. Grandma and Grandpa never let me wander through it, warning me I would get at least a wolf. Warning me I'd get lost and a wolf would take me away. I moved straight ahead, confident I was heading in the right direction. The sunlight filtered through thick branches, casting a play of light and shadow on the ground. The forest sounds grew more eerie. I began to feel as if someone was watching me. The thicket grew denser around me, and I started to realize I had been walking too long, even though the boys said it wasn't far. Wandering along forest paths and aimlessly waving between trees, I completely lost my way. I'm lost! Am I going to die in the forest? I thought, on the verge of tears. I think this is a good time to stop. It's a big decision. So, this game is pretty good so far. We have a big decision coming up. Honestly, I'm pretty good. Guys, get ready for part 2. I don't know when we're gonna have it. But just get ready. Hope you liked the video. Like it. Subscribe. Comment other things you want us to do. And we'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Shane, the horror guy, out.